Today we will be reviewing signals from 3 different trading systems. Today's date is July 16th, 2021. My name is Chad and I'm doing this video for DayTradeToWin. As always, please review the disclaimers that we have on our website and within the video and below. So without further ado, let's take a look at the chart. This is an E-mini S&P 500 chart, as you can tell by looking at the ES 0921 in the upper left corner. This is the NinjaTrader platform, and I'm using a 5-minute chart. The time period we are looking at is 9:10 a.m. Eastern Time until about 11:40 a.m. Eastern Time. So this price activity occurred within this time range, and of course there's a bunch more activity down here which I'm currently not displaying. And the reason for that is we just want to be focusing on this activity right here with the signals. The indicators we will be looking at today will be the Atlas line, ATO2, and the trade scalper. But first, let's just look at the Atlas line. The first thing you might notice is that the signals are too small for this video, so I'm about to enhance them right now. Let's make them a little bit bigger. Okay, that's a bit better. All right, so when you see an Atlas line long signal, that's because there are 2 closing bars above the line that you see. So this is the line right here, the Atlas line, and the second close is about right here, and thus it's expected the price will continue moving up. But that did not happen, so what we have to do is deal with a losing situation for this first signal, price drop below. And then as you're looking at this chart, time is going by, you're waiting for another signal, you might say, oh, well, I don't know about that first trade, maybe this next one will be good. And let's see what happened with that. And it looks like that signal was in fact pretty good, because we had the closing or qualifying candle or bar right here, and then price began to drop. So it's very possible you could have reached profit perhaps on the close of this candle or this one here. The profit targets are typically based on the ATR, which is a free indicator that comes with NinjaTrader. It's this gold line that you see on the bottom here with the current ATR value always reflected on the right hand side. But keep in mind that you need to use a period value of 4, so configure that indicator with a period value of 4. But I'm getting a bit ahead of myself here. We go over those rules and how to configure everything after you buy the Atlas line. So if you've been following us for some time, especially recently, we've been saying time and time again, the best way to trade our signals is to use different systems that confirm the direction of the market, or the anticipated direction of the market. So could we have avoided this not so good signal? Could we have confirmed this signal here with another method? Well, let's take a look at 2 more systems and see what happened. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and apply the ATO2. And what does ATO mean? Well, it means at the open. We've had this method available for about a decade, if you can believe that. So it's one of our tried and true trading systems. As you can see, I again made the mistake of making the signals too small for a video such as this. So let's go ahead and change the text size, which is right over here. Let's change that to 30. Okay, so what do we see? Well, we do not see a long signal over here, except for the Atlas line, which is very discussed, but we do see an ATO2 short signal here and an ATO chaser short signal here. So those are 2 signals telling you the market is expected to go down. And that's what happened, and that's what happened. And that's just for the ATO2. But if you consider this Atlas line signal, which I mentioned before, you may want to consider that as an extra vote of confidence. So as you may have taken this ATO trade, you may have felt compelled to risk more by taking an Atlas line trade, or perhaps maybe going for a larger profit target overall at this point, somewhere around here, as price continued to drop down. And then, of course, you may have encountered this opportunity here. Let's zoom out for a moment so that we can see more of what price did. So price did drop pretty far down. And so it does look like that second ATO2 trade would have been pretty decent. This one here I'm talking about, with the price heading down over this way. So maybe somewhere in here would have been the point in which your profit target was hit. Now, this is two methods. You're looking at two different methods. Let's add a third method to this chart. So let's go ahead and apply the trade scalper. Let's see, it'd be up over here. There it is. And let's make this 30. And we'll change the color. Purple is a little bit difficult to see at times over red candles. So let's go ahead and change this to something that pops out a little bit more, maybe magenta. Okay. All right. Hopefully your eyes can see this. So let's take a look at the short signals here. To identify them, we have a trade scalper short signal here, here, and here. So we know that this signal, this trade scalper short, it may have worked out because we do see this candle going to the short side over here. But we know that this was a general problem area earlier, and the Atlas line was a bit on its own, and this would have been a conflict in the signal. So you might have stayed out here and thus prevented the Atlas line loss. But if you take into consideration, one of the main tenets of what we teach is that when price is below the Atlas line, then the idea is go with short signals only. So with that qualifying condition, this is enhanced, so to speak. This is enhanced, this is enhanced, and this is enhanced. So all these trades or signals or opportunities in the short direction are sort of confirming one another, and we feel building confidence that the market will continue to head in this downward direction. Looking at more of the chart for today, we do see an example of what I was just talking about regarding filtering some signals, having more than one system confirming the trade. Right here, for example, this trade scalper long signal did not really work out. As you can see, price began to drop despite it being a long signal. And remember, price is below this Atlas line up here, so we may have not taken that trade. Thus, if you have the trade scalper along with the Atlas line, that may be a better setup for you. You can also throw in the ATO2, which is typically going to give you one or two signals in the morning time. And then after we get into the afternoon, which is right about here, this is 12 p.m. Eastern time, you typically won't see any ATO2 signals. You could certainly see continued Atlas line signals, such as these pullback trades, these strength trades, and so on in the short direction. These are often considered secondary trades compared to those main Atlas line long and short trades, such as that one right there. So yes, you can use these systems together. They can filter one another. They can confirm one another. We teach all of this in the 8-week mentorship program, which includes much more than you see here. This is just a small sample size of the products or courses that we sell on an individual or standalone basis. And that would be, again, the ATO2, Trade Scalper, and Atlas line. So I hope you enjoyed watching, and you have a great weekend. Thank you. Bye.